to a brand new episode of In Conversation by CM Today magazine. In this episode, we will be shedding light on a keyword that is often used across the industries, and that's sustainability. Now, at the World Economic Forum in 2020, the key theme that was focused on was stakeholders for a cohesive and sustainable world. For the first time, climate and environmental risks are listed as the top five global risk areas, edging out other significant issues. Now, asset and property managers are at a point of a historic change, and a significant shift in thinking is definitely needed. Giving us more insight into this matter is our guest today, Ms. Dana Awad, who is the Executive Director of Owners Association and Integrated Facilities Management at Provis. She is also responsible for growing the business in line with Provis's ambitions and strategies. She brings with her over 12 years of extensive experience in different areas of real estate industry and estate management sector. So thank you for taking time out for us, Ms. Dana, and welcome to In Conversation.
Thank you, Megha. Thank you very much for having me today. It's always a pleasure, and I've always enjoyed these discussions that we have. I think this is how we continue to mature and build this industry in the right path.
Likewise, we always enjoy having these conversations with you and other industry experts in the industry as well. But I want to start off this conversation by asking you, according to you, does sustainability go beyond just the environment?
All right, so I think honestly, if sustainability today is looked at maybe perhaps a buzzword by many, another buzzword, but I think if you look at how Provis strategy today is put in place and what we do, we are looking at shaping a better future. We aim to create a business culture where sustainability is at the heart of everything we do, and where the concept of sustainability really dictates and shapes the way we operate, collaborate, innovate, and grow. And in order to do so, we cannot just restrict it to environment. Sustainability goes beyond environment. We have three main pillars today that we look at when we think sustainability. We look at the environment, we look at the economy, and we look at the people. These are the three most important pillars, and one without the other does not balance. And as we progress through the discussion, we look at how the pandemic was a real measure of that and how each aspect on its own cannot survive, and to ensure that we have a proper business growth where we create value. So in looking at sustainability, what we've done is we wanted to create positive change all around us for the workplace and for the communities. We started by looking at the Provis as a family, the staff within. We really care deeply about the beautiful communities that we live and serve in, the amazing people that we work with, the natural environment that sustains us all. So we were committed individually and collectively to giving back to the communities. And to do so, we started looking at a full holistic approach to sustainability through a Provis sustainability strategy. So by doing that, we looked at how do we align with the UN Sustainability Development Goals. And by looking at the core services that we offer today within our role, we identified 8 main goals that align with the UN SDGs that were reflective of what we do, and we would have a direct and positive impact through our business operations. And in that, we have focused on things like the climate action, quality education, innovation and technology, responsible consumption and production, the good health and well-being of the staff and the communities and every stakeholder, gender equality and women empowerment, decent work and economic growth, sustainable cities and communities. So these were in a nutshell, these were in brief part of the points and the SDGs that we thought we would have a role in developing, growing, and our Provis strategy revolves around these 8 UN goals. Short, medium, and long term for all our stakeholders, we need to look at beyond just in the environment.
Right. And I know that Provis has done some very good initiatives as well on this line. Can you elaborate on some of Provis's most prominent sustainability initiatives?
All right. So when we look at, interesting enough is we started looking at sustainability, like a lot of other companies, as our core value and one of the things that we have to really look into. And when we started looking at, the pillars of sustainability and how we want to measure our sustainability and how we want to put that framework in place, We realized that we've been doing that all along, but simply we did not really note it or report it properly. So the things that we've been doing in the communities, the things that we've been doing for our people, the things that we've been doing for the staff of Provis, all ties into what sustainability is all about today. Sustainability is meeting the needs of the present without compromising on the ability of the future generations to meet their own needs. And when we look at how we operate in our communities today, we were one of the first during COVID pandemic to quickly shift our attention to how do we take care of the well-being of our people? How do we ensure that they know that they're not alone? How do we keep them engaged and act occupied and still, somehow interact with them in their communities, in their own homes without being close or without having a physical presence? So we were one of the first businesses to quickly shift into online classes. We had, I think we had over 500 hours of classes, virtual online classes, everything that you can think of, from health and fitness, well-being classes, do it your own tutorials, everything that you would have needed to survive that lockdown. And in that, obviously, we did that just out of making sure that we're taking care of our residents. But when you look at it, that is one of the pillars of sustainability. That is taking care of your people, whether they're your staff. We remain connected with our teams through lockdown, through engaging town halls, online games, interactive and engaging surveys and towns, just to keep checking on our own family at Provis. So all of this is about the well-being and the health of your society, whether it's your community, your staff, and your people. That's one of the things that we quickly looked into. Obviously, one of the things that we always add value and create to our communities is being looking at how do we save energy. Saving energy translate into, uh, protecting or taking care of the environment, and as well for our service charge payers, it does cascade into reduction in service charges. We have been doing that for quite some time. We have over 35 interesting initiatives that we have implemented in different communities with the baseline from 2018, interestingly enough. The results that we have seen today, the payoff that this is resulting in, whether it's reduction in energy saving, whether it's reduction in carbon footprint, overall reduction in dollar value, all of this, we have case studies today that speak for themselves, and how interesting the technology element of that has really paid off. We have started doing things differently. Technology and innovation is a basis and one of these core center focus of sustainability as well.
I mean, that's quite a holistic approach towards, the community at large. So, what has kind of been the impact of these initiatives, maybe on your business and also on the communities that you manage and the wider UAE community as well?
So if we talk about dollar values, for example, in terms of energy saving, to date, we have saved over 7.7 million dirhams just in energy saving through the different initiatives, whether it is shifting to weather station irrigation systems instead of regular timers, whether it's through LED lighting, water sensors. We have a full list of 35 initiatives, as I mentioned, that have really gone beyond that. In terms of footprint, we have reduced our carbon footprint by 8,000 tons of carbon emission. So this is quite, and we're looking now at how do we move on. I'm not going to say we are focusing towards not net zero carbon, but we are looking at continuously reducing that. In terms of engaging the community today, for example, we have seed planting within certain communities where the owners and the residents and the children as well, future generations, are part of these initiatives. We've started planting our own seeds so that people can somehow encourage local produce and start, understanding. The awareness campaigns that we're doing today have really engaged our residents. They're part of this. So in terms of how we impact, I think today where we sit and the stakeholders that we interact with, whether it's our parent company, our shareholders, residents, owners, visitors, even service providers, we really sit at the heart of everything, and we have a great mission, I would say, and a quite positive impact that we can leave behind for future generations in terms of how we take this forward. Everything that we do today really cascades down many levels, and that makes a difference as we move forward day in, day out. We're trying to build communities today that cater for our future generations. So we want to build communities to last, and we can only do so by starting today. In our supply chain as well, we have embedded sustainability as a criteria for our technical assessment. So we want to make sure that the people who are serving the communities, the products that are being used, everything has been now considered in the day we operate and do businesses.
It's quite interesting how you pointed out that you also include the community in these initiatives. Like for example, you talked about the seed planting initiative. Are there other programs where you involve the community as well?
We actually have a lot in the pipeline. We have a lot of initiatives that we're working on. For example, one of the things that we're doing today is we're going back and more about diversity and inclusivity. So we have a full checks of requirement and criteria today, how to make sure that nobody is left behind in the community. This happens at the level where we're engaging with our residents and our board. We're going through a full inspection of the communities to make sure that we have provided, some communities obviously have been there for quite some time. So we're going back and revisiting this and making sure that they are all, there's accessibility, inclusivity. For example, we've recently as well in the different community changed our playgrounds so that they're accessible to all children. Again, everybody can enjoy it, children of the communities. We've gone back to revise our playgrounds in a more sustainable manner, more a mixture of hardscape, softscape, and artificial playgrounds and grass. So all of this is things that we're engaging the community in today with awareness. So when we put out these, we go with a majority survey, we try to explain the rationale behind it. Obviously, a lot of people are excited, a lot of people are on board, a lot of people understand the importance of having everybody in the community being able to enjoy their community and in a sustainable manner, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, that's so important, and in this time and age, having that community feeling and especially being away from your home country is quite essential as well. Coming back to our core discussion about sustainability, how do you feel that the pandemic has kind of redefined the importance of sustainability now?
Um, I, if you know Provis, you know that we never stop. We are always running. We've always got new things. We're always up to something new. So obviously we've been very focused on the Abu Dhabi market, but as a lot of people know, we have recently expanded as well into the Dubai region. Today we manage over 28,000 units in terms of management units, plus over 26,000 in terms of PM. I think today we have the chance today to take everything that we've been adding value here to our communities and start to introduce that into the Dubai communities that we're managing. So it's in terms of energy saving, in terms of activating and engaging communities. I'm a big believer that a community is not about ceilings and walls and buildings. It's about giving the community a soul and a spirit and harmony and harmonious living among the community residents. And you can only do that by engaging them and encouraging them to get to know each other and feel like a family within a community. So that's in terms of expanding into the Dubai. And as well, we have recently taken over across 3 different regions within the Emirates of Abu Dhabi Al Ain, and the Western region. We have taken over 3,000 different assets, again, within the government. And that's an opportunity as well for us to go ahead and also implement the pillars of sustainability within these new facilities that we're managing. So there's a lot going in terms of growth on the management side, but again, also in terms of technology, in terms of in-house solutions, we're continuously looking at technology, developing and enhancing our in-house portals. Our Provis connects us today at the core of one of those platforms that we're working on and continuously expanding. We believe as a state management company that the value is in the data and the history that we collect, and this should sit with the estate management company. Only by understanding our assets today well, through data and information that we gather, will we be able to continue to enhance and maintain the value of the assets that we're managing. By understanding what needs to be, for example, how many times does the system break down? Is it time to to continue to rectify that system, or do we move to replacing that system? All of this information comes from data gathering. So that's one of the big things that we're trying today to focus on. We want to keep this information within Provis, so when we manage the assets, we understand our assets better and we can continue to enhance value to the owners and save them cost along the way.
Wow, I think there's some interesting insights and even more interesting plans to look forward to indeed. On that note, we have to come to an end for yet another episode of In Conversation. So thank you so much, Ms. Dana, for taking time out for us. And for all of you watching us, if you like this video, well, you know the drill. Give us a thumbs up and leave your comments below. Do share this with your network and subscribe to our YouTube channels. Until next time, this is Megha Anthony signing off.
Thank you very much, Megan. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.